Hello once again, gamers. Kruznik X, back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. Unfortunately, Alex and CC could not join me in this endeavor, but it doesn't matter, because this is going to be the last time I work with this class for a while. It has been a long and grueling 20 levels, but we have done it. Chris Valentine is finally a level 50 Astrologian. Now, when we last left off in the Astrologian storyline, we were being Lady Leveva was being pursued by some less than reputable characters who are determined to see that she doesn't get anywhere near the near Janquinard or the Holy See, for that matter. But anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna speak with Janquinard and get this level 50 quest rolling, cause we've got a lot of stuff to do. So today we are going to be completing the first part of the Astrologian storyline by completing the level 50 quest, Loved by the Sun. Give me 1 second to just do something right quick. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Lady Leveva tells me that you are nearly ready to open the 6th and final gate. Yes, I said final. We all know there are 7 heavens, but opening the 7th is impossible. Well, except upon death, of course. An attempt to attune to the pole star would be sheer madness and most certainly spell your doom. But look at me. Even now attempting to tutor the great Chris, when it is obvious your talent far surpasses mine. Forgive me. Lady Leveva has yet to depart for the location of the final gate. Doubtless she fears yet another bandit attack. But whatever the reason, she remains on the 2nd floor and has asked that you visit her at your earliest convenience. Alright. Let's do it. Hey Leveva, what's up?
You have come far since that fateful day our paths first crossed in the Black Shroud. And now here we are, on the cusp of your attunement with the 6th heaven. Time truly waits for no man, does it? Before we set forth on this task, I wish to teach you of a second set of stars, the Nocturnal Sect. The Nocturnal Sect contains those celestial bodies ruled by the 2 moons. I say 2 because since the dawn of astrology, disciples of our field have used Dalamud in their readings. Now, even after the false moon's fall, its position, or should I say its absence, has yet to influence over our fates. Whereas the sun and the diurnal stars represent the self, expression, the active, and the moon and the nocturnal stars represent the unconscious, the passive. Dalamud represents, and still does represent, the uncontrollable. Its power has the ability to quicken the senses, as well as provide added protection from the unknown. Things beneficial when pursuing one's fate.
And that's it for level 50. I'm kidding. No, we completed that quest and obtained the skill Nocturnal Sect. Now, Nocturnal Sect is a little addition to the repertoire. Whereas Diurnal Sect increases healing magic potency by 10 and adds regen to certain actions. Nocturnal Sect increases magic potency by 15 and adds a damage nullifying barrier to certain actions. It also reduces enmity generation, which I love. At the same time, well, let's try it out. So we'll be using Nocturnal Sect the entire time we do this. Let's talk to Leveva. Spearheading Initiatives.
Now that you have the knowledge of the second sect, I believe you are ready to attune with the final constellation. The location of the next lesson is actually not far. I assume your travels have taken you to Camp Dragonhead. Excellent. I, as always, will go ahead to make my final readings. If each of our previous outings are any indication, the bandits which harry us will most certainly jump at this opportunity. So I would have Quimperine scout the area ahead of time and report any suspicious activity to the knights garrisoned at the camp. Let someone else bloody their hands for a change, I say. Feel free to tell Jenquinard of our plans, though I do not doubt he already has some of his own.
Alright, let's speak with Jenquinard. So, Jenquinard, what are your plans? Lady Leveva has already departed? Well then, she must have leaped from the window, for I did not see her use the front door. I dare say that means we'll be traveling alone. Of course I will be attending. Why wouldn't I be? Well, I guess that's good. It's good. There's Lady Leveva. And just so you are aware, we have, as you've noticed, we have equipped everything Ironworks related that we can. So we have the Hero's Ring of Healing, the Ironworks Ring of Healing, the Ironworks Bracelet. We just don't have the necklace or the Planisphere, which I'm using the Mithrite Star Globe. We're just going to do one last repair of gear before we go into this. And see if we can't afford. Okay, there's nothing really in here that could merit using in this quest line. So, we go in as we are. Let's do it.
Chris and Jenquinard? Well then, it, appears giving my constellation map to that Astrologian in Wrathfrost was unwise, as my readings for the location of the sixth heaven have proven slightly off. However, a second calculation has shown that we are close. The optimal location lies just to the north of here, in a derelict tower known as the Steel Vigil.
You have the look of the learned about you. Might I ask if you've seen this star map before? It was on the person of an astrologian who came to us seeking help after being attacked.
That is my map! The one I gifted the Astrologian in Wrathfrost. Do you mean to tell me she was set upon again?
Your map? Well then, I'm going to have to ask you to accompany me for questioning. The Astrologian claims she wrested this chart from one of her assailants before escaping their grasp. Lady Leveva! Why would you assault the self-same woman you risked your life saving? Because she did not, my lord. Why would you even think something so foolish? This must be some sort of misunderstanding. I was present at the assault. We saved the young maid of which you speak from a party of bandits, and Lady Leveva gave her own constellation map to replace the one damaged by her assailants. My lord Chris was here also, to witness to these proceedings. Well, we have our own witnesses who say otherwise, so until we have a trial and an adjudicator who can pass his judgment. This Leveva will have to come in for questioning, for she herself has admitted the map was hers.
It is all right. I have naught to hide, and arguing here will not bring us any closer to the truth. If anything, I wish to confront this woman who would bring false accusations against those who saved her life. Very well, then. Take me where you will. I shall answer all of your questions, and you will soon learn who is spouting falsehoods. My friends, you need not worry overmuch, for I shall be in the company of the Temple Knights, where no harm might befall me. I will return once I have proven my innocence.
Why are they... Oh, that... No harm quotha! No harm quotha! That knight was the selfsame Astrologian whom we saved in Mordona! The Astrologian who now claims we attacked her! Are you saying the Astrologian was a temple knight? No! Listen, my lord. I'm saying the Astrologian is no more an Astrologian than she is a knight. I'm saying we have been played. We've fallen victim to a ruse that has landed Lady Leveva in the hands of those who have been attempting to kill her since she set foot in Eorzea. Then, you are saying she won't be safe in the presence of those temple knights? That's... Those weren't temple knights, my lord! However, they were wearing the colors of our knights most heavenly, and if we were to assault them near this heavily garrisoned Camp Dragonhead, we would be struck full of arrows before anyone asked us why we even drew our blades. No, you must shadow Lady Leveva's captors, and wait for an opportunity to take her back. How exciting! Can I take point? No, of course not. Yes, I say we keep our distance until an opportunity to rescue Lady Leveva presents itself. And I say that is what I've been saying all along. Now might I ask you keep your voice down, my lord, or it will not matter how concealed we remain. I should have started doing this beforehand. This is going to prove to be tough. All right. Our imposter Astrologian has left the company to see to those ogres. Let us take her unawares. Very good, Chris. You may follow. It is as I thought. This woman is the same one we assisted in Mordona, and I do not believe she was working alone. We must continue our pursuit. He's running as slow as my frickin'... It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate for us they are on foot. But if they were to make it to, say, an airship, we would have no means of keeping up. Is that an airship I hear? We cannot wait for stragglers! File in! Sir, beast approach the company! I haven't needed to use any cards truly yet. Come on, Quimperain, where are you? Just in case. I heard something, sir! Yeah, not happening, buddy. We're almost there. We made it. Leveva's being held by Holmgang. Who the fuck is that?
Just as I expected. These fools have led me straight to the answers I've sought since my arrival in this backwoods realm. And if I am not mistaken, my trusted companions should be arriving right about... now! I'll be taking this.
The moment you lift off in that airship, the whole land will know you are not true temple knights, and you will be made to answer for your crimes. Once we're in the air, it will not matter what anyone knows, you fool. We will not be returning once we have slain you and your friends.
No one shall stand in the way of my fate. Especially not some dog's body of the Forum.
I want Leveva, and I want her alive. Kill the rest, and leave their corpses to the wolves.
I'm not going back to Charlian. Quimperain!
As you command, milady.
The situation is dire, Chris.
This, we cannot let them take Leveva. There's the missive. Duty complete. But that was way too easy. That seemed way too easy for it to be true.
Of course I knew the Temple Knights were false. I recognized the Astrologian we saved almost immediately, and I find it most insulting that they believed I would not. I also knew that they would lead me to the true perpetrators if I played along, fully aware that you loyal three would follow.
And I am pleased that you also knew that we would somehow crawl our way out of that little tussle with our lives, because I was uncertain for most of the journey.
Well, I was certain Chris would make it, for the stars have already told me he would unlock the 6th gate here at the Steel Vigil, the very location we ended up at, despite our unexpected ordeal. Your fate, Jenquinard, well, I never bothered reading it, for I thought that you would skip this lesson like you have every other one. Chris, gaze upon the night sky and open your soul to the final constellation, the Spear. The Spear is the gate to the 6th heaven, where the Fury resides in a palace of ice carved by her own spear. Ice formed of moonbeams collected by the lover Menfina. The Spear fills us not only with the power to overcome our enemies, but also the compassion that is necessary to grant those same enemies mercy. And now that power is yours, to see directed to those whose fates require it. It is done. You have attuned yourself to the 6 lower heavens, and now that you know their strength, the true journey begins.
Looks good to me. Even though I won't be using this. The spear blazes in the Welkin, unlocking the gate to the 6th heaven. Alright. You have my congratulations, Chris. What has taken me 20 summers to accomplish, you have done, and more in a matter of moons. But our time together has taught me that, despite what we may believe they are, we all have our roles, and each role is just as important as the other. Without taking both Crimperain and you under my wing, you would have never saved Leveva from her assailants. Meaning, in a way, I saved Lady Leveva. Not that I am one to take all the credit for such heroism. You might want to see this. Nor shall I take credit for this missive that never would have been discovered, were it not for me taking you and Crimperain under my wing. Ah, that cold stare. It besfits this god's forsaken place. Point taken. Let us break the seal and see what we... Why, this handwriting. I have seen it many a time before. It is mine uncle's. But that would mean... It would mean the highest-ranking astrologian in all Ishgard has been attempting to assassinate us. If the tribunal were to hear of this, he would be hanged.
And the hanging will only earn us another ill-tempered orthodox astrologian unwilling to open his eyes to the benefits of our discipline. No, we can use this missive to our advantage. As long as this remains in our hands, so too does this chief astrologian.
Are you saying we use the missive to blackmail Fullamore?
I am saying we merely grant the chief astrologian his life in exchange for a little assistance in furthering our just and noble cause. No more, no less.
I see. You are quite the devilé, my dear. Very well. I will summon my uncle to the astroscope. There we can present him with our offer. The astroscope? Oh, at the observatorium. Okay. We'll go to Foundation. Not Foundation. We'll go to Camp Dragon Head, take the Chocobo Porter that way, and, who would have thought that old geezer would be frickin' trying to assassinate his own flesh and blood? It'll take but 1 minute to get there. I can lift up my visor now, 'cause... I love that what am I trying to say? The Ironworks visor of healing, it has a little visor function. It's actually pretty cool. Alright, we're going up. Right at the astroscope. There's Voldemort. Janquinard's lackey? But how are you still... I mean, I haven't the time for idle chatter. Can you not see I'm a busy man? Oh, I can't wait for him to frickin' eat those words. Alright. Alright, Voldemort. Why must you insist on pestering me, Janquinard? I gave you your letter, now leave me be!
Ah, but that would not be the only letter you have written lately, would it? Perhaps you recall a certain letter to the Forum.
A letter carried by a party of less than savory characters who attempted to kidnap Lady Leveva and deliver her to Charlians, not to mention kill me, my manservant, and my good friend Chris here, who you may have forgotten is currently an honored guest of House Forton. A letter drawn up and signed by none other than you, Nuncle. Oh, but do not presume to misunderstand us. We wish neither your disgrace nor your death, at least not at our hands. In fact, we wish very little from you. Not, you might say, in the sense that you are to never again use your influence to hamper our efforts at spreading Charlian astrology here in Ishgard. Involve yourself no more in the affairs of me or my guests, and your secret remains safe. I will even forgive you for trying to have me murdered. If, that is, you give me your word. It is not as if you've left me with much choice. You have my word. But know that silencing me will not make your nonsense any more accepted in the vault. There are others who will see you fall. Others who care little whether or not I speak my piece.
We are fully aware of the peaks we have left to scale. However, we shall not let that discourage us. I have been shown a path that I altogether plan on walking, and the stars shall guide my way.
The stars foretell many things, my dear, and not even the best readers can see them all. Do not forget this. So we have silenced him, but to hear him tell it, he was the least of our worries.
Which is why we must strengthen our own bonds, so that we might stand united in our cause. Sinistry, to use a term taught to me by my grandfather. By temporarily enjoining your fate with that of a companion's, they will reap the star's benefit, as do you. Master this technique, and the hold our enemies have over us will surely weaken.
Divinations of Astrologians Transcended echo deep within your soul, and with it we get the skill Sinistry, as well as the achievement unlocked the faults in the stars in our faults. So, we have finally finished the first part of the Astrologian storyline. But in order to check out this new gear, we have to... I'm not really going to equip it, because the Ironworks gear is a lot stronger, but I can show it to you. We have received the Astrologian's Attire Coffer, which supplies us with a little bit more gear. So, we've obtained the Hero's Belt of Healing, which in item comparison we don't need. We have the Cashmere Robe of Healing, the Saurian Gloves of Healing, the Cashmere Skirt of Healing, and the Saurian Boots of Healing. All of which are weak as compared to the Ironworks gear we have on now, so we'll probably either sell it or trade it in for company seals. But, for now, that's going to be it for this part of Path of the Astrologian. We'll come back to it in the coming months, depending on what happens with recent expansions and what happens just in general. So, as of right now, Chris Valentine currently has all classes and jobs to level 50, with the exception of Dark Knight, because, you know, I have to progress the storyline somehow. But anyway, when we return, the next time we meet, we will be continuing the storylines of each of the paths, starting off with the path of the Paladin. Once again, we will return to that. So, when next we meet, we will meet up in Ul'dah to continue that path line. Until then, that's it for this episode of Cruisenix Purgatory. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. As always, if you're watching this on Twitch or live or PlayStation and you like this show, feel free to hit the follow button below and be sure to turn on notifications so you're informed of all of my live streams the moment they air. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like this video, Feel free to hit the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel by clicking here. Click here to watch more by me. Click here to watch the previous episode of Path of the Astrologian. And click here to watch the next one when it comes out. Until next time, Cruzik X, signing out.